Hello everyone. I'm actually speechless. I don't know whether you've seen the videos that have come out of court where little children arrested by Tinubu's illegitimate government. Tinubu, that should be the one on dock, is the one arresting little children, and they've held them since that is it October End Bad Governance protest, that they arrested these little kids and they are still there, still in jail, not feeding them, to the extent these children slumped, some of them slumped in court. You could see them and just see how malnourished they are, how much of they've not been eating. So we've had terrorists abducting our children. Now Tinubu's illegitimate government is not the one abducting our children. They came out to cry that they were hungry. They came out to cry that things weren't working, and then you arrested them and you put them in there. And you know how it is. Then tomorrow you say, oh, there are people who are radicalized. There are people who hate the country. There are people who are taking arms against the country. Is this not how you end up radicalizing people? Is it not how you end up oppressing and suppressing citizens? Tinubu thinks that, oh, he is the alpha and omega because he rigged his way into office, occupying a seat that he's not supposed to occupy. And he thinks that's the beginning and end of it. And he can do whatever he wants to do. No wahala. Monkey go market one day. He no go come back. But before I go on, just take a look at these videos.
Let me go and take the clinic. They come to me.
The prosecutor should do their business. How can you arrest children? What's house?
Sorry.
They don't have school fees. They don't have any. They don't have
What they say when they leave money to their account?
These people we are just 90 something. That's something that 6 days. That's 6 days. That's what the children say. My case is different than my child. What is
Hello. Please, maybe the recording can just stop for now. Let's just take a position and see what's about. Let's just forget about ourselves.
Like I said before, one day monkey go market, he no go come back. All of these things that are being done to citizens just because they said they are suffering, and they even believed in the Tinubu's illegitimate government to go out there and actually, protest on this. According to Punch, End Bad Governance protesters arraigned. 76 End Bad Governance protesters arraigned. The detained 76 End Bad Governance protesters just arrived at the Federal High Court in Abuja for their scheduled arraignment before Justice Obiora Egwatu. Some protesters, mainly minors, looked malnourished as 4 of them were hurriedly rushed out of the courtroom as they couldn't stand on their feet. They've taken them, some of them, to the hospital. You saw those videos. They had those children were literally fighting over the little bit of food that they had given them. You can see mainly that they were not properly fed. Remember that most times when people go to prison and all of that, it's families and friends and whatever that keep taking food to them. Otherwise, what is being provided by the state is not enough. Most of these minors are children from poor homes that really don't have the capacity. Some of them probably might not even have parents around and all of that, and that's why they will maltreat them in this way. The children of who is who in this country, they will not be arrested and kept in this place in this manner. Every day, we keep seeing how people are being dehumanized, how people are being treated. There's no respect for the Nigerian life. There's no respect for the Nigerian citizens. And people every day are being put through all sorts of things. Let me repeat. One day, monkey go market, he no go come back. The detained 76, I say looking very sickly, they wriggled in pain in a screeching sound. They were arrested and detained during the nationwide August 1st to 10th protest. Wow, it's not even the October protest. This is actually the August end bad governance protests that happened. They were arrested nationwide during the August 1st to 10th protests, which were sparked by widespread economic hardship that led many Nigerians to take to the streets to express their grievances. The 76 protesters who were arrested in Abuja, Kaduna, Gombe, Jos, Katsina, and Kano State are being accused of treason, among other offenses. What's more treasonable than Tinubu rigging election? What's more treasonable than that? Shouldn't Tinubu be in court? Shouldn't be the one sitting in the dock? If Nigeria was the country that worked the way countries are supposed to work, but it's the innocent one that will be oppressed. People will be carrying their power and oppressing people that don't have power. But the ones that have reached power, they are not oppressing them. Even the judge that is sitting on this case, is it okay for them to continue this thing? They can't strike this thing out and caution the police and whoever it was that brought those people in and say, don't waste the time of the court. The protesters include Nura Ibrahim, 24, Abdulbasi Abdulsalami, 34, Ahmed Yusuf, 25, Awolu Abdullahi, 21, Umar Musa, 15, Mohammed Mustafa, 16, among others. So these are children, just because they came out to protest, something that is allowed under the law, under the constitution. Lawful, peaceful protest was what they did. Now you've arrested them. You've denied them the right to their education, the right to their freedom, the right to even have decent meal. You couldn't feed them. Only God knows where they actually put them, whether they separate these minors from, hardened criminals that are out there. Only God knows what these young people are going through, just because they came out, to cry out to an illegitimate administration that they are going through so much. Tinubu thinks that he's the Alpha and Omega, is the All Almighty, because he has rigged his way into election. He's occupying a seat that is not supposed to be at. He feels big. But one day, monkey go down market, go come back. Keep pushing the people to the wall. Keep doing all of these things to Nigeria. I think that they are not going to fight back. It might look as if they are not fighting back, but indeed, a whole lot is happening. A whole lot is happening. Yes, some of them are fighting their fellow citizens, going after their fellow citizens. All of these things that you see, the insecurity, banditry, whatever it is that is happening in the country, it's from people who know that there's no justice. They can't get justice, and they keep taking, the laws into their hands in the wrong way. At the end of the day, what have these children done? What have they done? If Tinubu should be ashamed of himself, he should be ashamed of his old age. When they say that someone that, you see people like Tinubu, I wonder what's the use of old age? As old as you are, you've rigged your way into this office, where you're supposed to give such good governance that people will even start forgetting how you rigged your way in there and be saying things, because Nigerians are very forgiving, and be saying things like, at least he's trying now, even though, but yet all you came is to give disaster and show how much of a disaster you are. Tinubu should absolutely be ashamed of himself for what he's doing to these young children. He's no different from Boko Haram that have been abducting people's children and taking them away. At least Boko Haram, they don't even starve them the way Tinubu's illegitimate administration is starving them.